Facebook. So give me just a second. We'll be live on Facebook. Um, and so you can see us all everywhere. And there we are. We are should be live on Facebook. And we should be live. Let me just check that, and then we can get started. So this is super awesome. Yes, we are. Okay, so hi everyone. This is me, Ifat, and we are here. Yay, here we are. So John Benson, if you don't know, he is one of the top copywriters in the world, and he was the creator of Accelerator, which helped people create video sales letter. For years, people have used it to market and have made billions of dollars using his software. And in the last 2.5 years, he's been working on something for email, artificial intelligence for email. And I have been beta testing it for the past month, and it's amazing. It's really, really cool because for someone who is not an English speaker, uh, where English is an English speaker, but English is not my first language, and definitely not a copywriter, and always get stuck with like, how do I say this so you understand? Copy Pro is really, really awesome. And so yesterday, one of my favorite broadcasters, Virginia, has bought the software and has dived in into it. And so I wanted to have a little conversation with her to see what she thought about it from the beginning. And I don't know if I can show it to you today. If you want to, leave it in the comments. Maybe I'll show you what it looks like. So let me dive into Virginia for a second. So here is Virginia. Hey, lady, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good and very excited about this program, Yvette.
Right? It's really super awesome. I'm so excited too. So here we are. So this will be very interesting because I am right now broadcasting live on Facebook, on Hangout, on YouTube Live, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and so there is a little bit of a coordination that needs to happen. So if you see a little bit of a delay between the stuff, this is why. So so Virginia, you dived into it. So when I was in beta testing with John, we got to actually work with him. For every week we would go on a webinar or on a hangout with him, and we'll be like, okay, we're stuck here. This is how, what should I do here? How do I use that stuff? You got in by yourself, on your own, right? And just dove in and started working with it. So, how did that work?
Yeah, well, first of all, I really value you and your opinion on things, Yvette. You know, I followed you and trained with you many years ago. And I am in the process of doing a lot of email writing. And actually, I'm a good writer and I don't have the native problems that you do with your language, although you speak eloquently.
Thank you.
But for me, the whole point was anything I can do to speed up the work that I'm already doing because I'm just sending out so many new emails. Because right now I'm just promoting, my new business, which is Media Spotlight Marketing and Media Spotlight TV. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm actually working with a cold list and a cold list or a referral list. And so with that, I wanted to make sure that the emails that I'm writing are really powerful. And when I saw what John was doing and how he integrates this with your own niche and really helps you personalize the emails, the tricks up his sleeves are really exciting. I said, this is going to save me so much time. And I think that the emails I'm writing are going to just be that much better. So that's why I jumped in.
You know what? I love that because there we go. Here I am. So I love that because yes, it is a time saver, but also it kind of like like it's not cut and paste, right? Like even though you're filling in the blanks, but you have different options to fill in the blanks. And then you can have the email be rewritten in a few ways and you can kind of change it to fit your own voice. Is that something that you found as well?
Yeah, because the key to this program, from what I can tell, and I've only been with it a couple of days, so I know I'm going to be even more enthusiastic when I dig deeper. But the key to the program that I found is developing your niche,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, creating your niche. So that creates who you are. It creates, your values, your passions, your target audience. You do all that first. And then those are all going to be moved into the type of emails that you're creating. So it really personalizes it. And I think that's what most any other program lacks, is the ability to move your niche into what who you're speaking to, and do it in a voice that's authentic. And you and I both know how important it is to be authentic so you can connect with your audience.
So that's so true. But okay, so here's another thing. When I first dived into Copy Pro, and I'm not a person who really likes like going into avatar and market research, and I'm like, let's just let me write this. So how are you feeling about that stuff? Because then I'll share how that worked out for me. But I'm really curious when you saw like, okay, market and niches and avatars and that tedious work. How did you feel about that?
It is tedious work, but I think it's really important work. And you know what? If you want your emails to really be a successful, if you really want to make an impact and be persuasive, you've got to do the work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's foundational. So even though I can't say I loved spending all that time on it, it's like, yeah, get me in the program and let me start writing emails. I thought, well, that's kind of foolish, isn't it? If you don't set the foundation, nothing really works as well. So you got to do the work, right, Yvette?
You do. And what's interesting about that also is that when the way that you go about that, it's John made it so much simpler, right? You basically answer a question like, I talk to blah, and then you put like public speakers. That's your niche, right? That's your market. And you don't have to think about it so many times. It's like, okay, well, I talk to public speakers. What is their problem? Just fill in their problem. And and I think that helps you go through the whole system like way faster. Do you find the same thing?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm really digging into at this point, because I had to spend the time doing the niche creation. But the whole point is do the work up front and then everything comes faster. And I expect to create just a huge library of emails over the next 6 months, which is the purchase that I did of the program. I'm just really looking forward to seeing how many different ways I can get the emails out there in an effective, what I would call, sort of the email flow, because you do have to develop some rapport with your people. You just, especially if they're a cold market, you just can't go out there and start pounding emails into them. You have to draw them in. So this looks to me like it's going to be a really fast and efficient way to do that. And that's why I jumped on it, EFAT. I jumped on it, before it even launched,
I
because I
know.
said, I need this.
I was looking at it and I was like, how in the hell did she even find the buy button? Because it is still like it has not launched. It's launching Saturday. And now right now people can get basically like a swap file, and I'll share that swap file if you guys want to, if you want to see what we're all talking about. um, John has the secret $1 million email swipe file, and if you just go to this link, I shortened it up for you because it's a long URL. And it's also my affiliate, just to be clear and transparent. It is my affiliate link. If you guys like this and you want to support it and it doesn't cost you a thing, you want to use this link. But really, what you're getting is you're going to get the swipe file, and then you're going to get different emails from John and an invitation to a webinar that's going to happen on Saturday, where he's going to walk you through probably behind the scene of what the copy can do. So this is the one that you signed up for, right? And then somehow you found a way to actually to buy it. How'd you do that?
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way. I will say that the if you go ahead and download that, the next great thing that you're going to receive, totally free from John, is very powerful training. He's got 4 trainings that are amazing, that walk you through his psychology. And that's one of the things I really liked as well, is the persuasive copy that he provides, and he helps you understand the reason behind the copy. And I find that really powerful training. So you get, as you go forward with that, you're going to get 4 trainings from him, and the email copy and the template for it. So if nothing else, just go through that. And I think by the time you're done, you're going to be persuaded to go find the link and get started, which is what I did.
So now I'm like, where am I? There I am. So now I'm like super curious as to how, like, I really am curious. I really want to know, how'd you find the link?
I think I just dug for it. I saw digital copy, and then I added Copy Pro to it, or whatever it was, digital, whatever his other main company is. And I put a slash in front of it and did Copy Pro, and the sales page popped up.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So if you guys, I know some other people have used it, and I saw some comments coming in saying that, it may be simplistic, it might be too simple. I don't find it that way at all. When I read the copy that Copy Pro is generating after I put in my niche, and what's cool about this also, you get like pre-populated niches. So there are like three already for stock traders, I think, public speaking, and something else. But it's going to be continually populated over time. So what's really super cool about that is when you get those emails written, you can either modify them, but when you read them, you can see it's really working on you. Like Virginia was saying, it's like you read this, you get really persuaded to buy the software. And if that's how you want your audience to feel about your own software without becoming a copywriter, without having to hire John or try to figure out copywriting. I know people were writing this for days, like trying to become a copywriter. I think this will be like super awesome. So first of all, thanks Virginia so much for jumping in on me like a day after and just giving me your opinion. But I love how brilliant you are in finding the stuff that you want to find and going and grabbing it. So kudos for that.
Well, it's my pleasure, Eva, and I think I'm gonna end with the big debate and argument that's out there that email is dead.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Yep.
I have bought some very expensive programs via email, and I know I'm not alone. I know that people do go delete, 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 delete all the time. But the other key that I found with this particular program is it's got all these uh, headline generators for you, subject line generators, and then you can test market them. So to me, it's just going to save me a ton of time, because you still need, especially if you're connecting to a colder market, you need to have copy that sells and copy that connects and copy that persuades. So that's why I'm in it, and that's why I went and found that link.
This is so brilliant. Like it's really brilliant. And when you dive into it, then hopefully you feel like us. And if not, I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Like, what do you think about email? What do you like? Do you struggle with copy? Do you think copy is important? Is it not important? Is it all about social media? Because one of the cool things that you do get with the software that I love is it also generates a VSL for you. So if later on you needed a video sales letter, or you needed any type of webinar marketing or sequences or all that stuff, it's all in there. So it's free right now to go check it out, like Virginia was saying. I'll put up the link again for you guys, and then I would love to hear your comments. Really would love to see what you think about that. Like, what do you think about the persuasion stuff? Is it important? Is it not important? Do you need it? Do you not need it? Is it like one of those old marketing tactics? I don't know. Let us know. It'll be really really cool to hear your thoughts. So thanks again, Virginia. Love having you here on such a short notice, and hopefully, guys, you got something out of it. If anything, go check it out. It's free. Thanks so much.